Hey, this is your recap Aunty. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Shar. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome. Hello. Oh, we are here to do a full episode recap of episode number 182 of Beyond the Gates, honey. So, won't you go ahead and sit down, relax, enjoy, and look, while you're here, go ahead and, put them thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share, and what's the other one they say? Subscribe, comment, share. Oh, yeah, put that notification bell on because YouTube been tripping, honey. They've been taking away my people. Some people be trying to look for me and they look like and it seemed like the damn a subscription was snatched away from them from YouTube. So don't forget to do that. Put that bell on. Make sure you got the little parentheses around it because it looks like the bell is shaking. That's how you know when a video of mine drops. All right, all right. So I did that. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with the recap of episode number 182 of Beyond the Gate. You ready? I am ready, and I will start this recap in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, all right now. We open up at Orphagene's and we see Tyrell, Samantha, and Smitty at the booth. And we see June come up. All right, y'all. Y'all's ready. Y'all orders are just about ready. That was a lot to get out, right? Y'all's orders are just about ready. That's what June said. So they sit at a that booth look a little bit bigger than normal, but it's cute. They got a little Christmas tree up, wreaths. It's real Christmassy. They got candy canes and stuff on the table. Okay, we doing good. Y'all doing better. I'm proud of you, Beyond the Gate. Smitty was like, yeah, we appreciate you, Joe. Anything for my favorite customers. Although I'm surprised you're still not feasting over on them leftovers from Turkey Day. Honey, that bourbon glazed ham you made, Smitty. Ooh, wee! I fought a grizzly bear for another slice. Smitty was like, well, you are too kind, honey. But unfortunately, we didn't have any left. While they sitting there talking, Tyrell is looking a little sour. Oh, we found out that Samantha was the one who ate up all the ham. Because Tyrell was like, yeah, because somebody act like they ain't never seen no food before. He looked at his Cece. She looking at him like, hush. And she kicked him under the table. She's so mean. So right after she kicked him, Smitty apologized to June and says, well, he didn't mean that. June was like, girl, it's all good. I'll be right back with your orders in just a bit. And they better be right, June. You know you be fucking up people's orders. So when June left, Smitty was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know we had a great time on Thanksgiving. She was like, yeah, he's the only one that ain't happy here at the table. He was like, I can't not sit here and flip the switch. I'm sorry. Let me talk like Tyrell. I'm sorry. Y'all know I can't be fake and phony like y'all and flip the switch on and play happy family like you. So Smitty was like, dial the fuck back, all right? This ain't the time on the place to be cutting a fool, all right? Your ass ain't going over to California. That's why he mad, because he know that child is leaving and he can't go to UCLA. Well, he could apply. I mean, but if he get between there and Banneker, his ass is going to Banneker. All right, we're at the country club. We got Christmas trees and up. All right, y'all doing it. Okay, I see it. We see Vernon is there to meet with Martin. Granddaddy. Yeah, Martin. Granddaddy, hey. Now, Martin, are you sure that, now that we're here, we need to start breaking ground on some strategy for your campaign, all right? So are you sure that your campaign manager won't feel some kind of way about me coming into the mix? Mark was like, you worried about stepping on toes, huh? Oh, well, I know how these young guns operate. In the second that someone like me walks in, they start guarding their turf like a pit bull. If Shonda or anyone else has a problem, okay, we finally found out old girl's name from yesterday. Her name is Shonda. Shonda. Thank God. And so Martin was like, if they got a problem with that, then they're gonna have to take it up with history, all right? Child, here we go to his Martin Luther King speech. We just didn't walk the path, honey. We are standing on pavement that you laid down with your own blood, sweat, and tears, Granddaddy. Well, you are landing on pretty thick, young man. If anything, Grandfather, I'm underselling it. And with this vicious, vicious primary challenge looming, I'm going to need all the help I can get. Got the bop, bop, bop. Hey. So we're at the hole in the wall. So Joey is, sitting there looking through paperwork. All of a sudden, we see these fingers rub all on his chest and stuff. Hey, I didn't see you come in here. You didn't hear that bitch come in there. You know when everybody come in there was Vanessa, of course, and she just grabbed and tugging him the fuck down. You didn't hear her come in there in that casino in that little VIP room, the door. You as old as that damn Joey. Mwah. What was that for? Well, because she laid that thick kiss on him. He was like, well, I mean, not that I mind, but wow. And does a woman need to have a reason to kiss her man? And plus, you slipped out this morning before sunrise. My sheets were still warm when I reached for you. Well, sorry, Charlie. Sorry, girl. I had some early work to get to here. So, yeah. I mean, and isn't it better that my car disappears before the neighborhood watch goes out for their morning power walk? Because they nosy as fuck. Now, that dress she has on is cute. It's really cute. A lot of stuff that Vanessa wears is cute. She says, look, honey, I don't give a damn if all of Fairmont Crest lines up with binoculars to watch you leave my fucking house. I don't give a fuck. We are consenting adults. What's wrong with us spending time together? Well, you are a grieving widow, for one thing. Yes, I am still in mourning, but while it breaks my heart that Doug is gone, I am still very much alive, honey. Yes, you is, girl. In every way possible, he said. I have to move forward as much as possible, and I won't apologize for how I choose to do that. I'm not asking you to, he says. I'm just consider what I do for a living. Being seen in public with May, now that can complicate things. Why? She says. You are an ambitious and successful entrepreneur with a diverse investment portfolio. Oh, that's a generous saying. He thought it was funny. She looking at him like, I'm not laughing. He was like, look, I'm just trying to make things easier for you. That's all. I don't want easy, Joey. She walks slowly onto him, over to him. He looks like he could just melt. She says, I want you. Yeah, girl, tell him. And so we're at the Bird Cafe, and we see Eva and Isaiah. She's like, hello. And they kissing, baby. Like they when they greet each other, see each other, child, they do a little well, hello to you too. After they finish, kissing. He was like, well, somebody tastes good. Oh, they taste what you do tasted on her, girl. It's my new lip gloss, honey dip. Do you like? Do I like? Mm-hmm. Girl, you got me a little regretting I didn't take you someplace where I could appreciate the flavor with all these damn people around. Okay, I mean, you trying to taste some flavor? I could say so much, and I'm not gonna say it. Got to stay, I'm already cussed. I can't, I got to be careful with that. But y'all know what he want to do. Yeah. So she looks around. She's like, okay, we're like, now you're shy. I mean, I thought you were the type of person who wouldn't really worry about an audience. Oh, trust me, boo. There ain't nothing shy about me. Well, we are back at the hospital with Shanice. They pulling out the garlands and the wreaths and the Christmas cards and the poinsettias, yeah. So we getting Christmassy. Cool. Don't go back. Y'all got 3 weeks to keep these damn decorations up. I cannot wait. I see a menorah there. Okay, okay, okay. I can't wait to see how the palace is going to be decorated. I'm sure they're gonna have like 50 trees, honey, in that one room. So Shanice is telling somebody on the phone, honey, I only have 2 hands. Yes, sir. Yes, that's fine, fine. I'll be headed your way shortly. She hangs up the phone and she talks to us. She says, honey, y'all look. Shar, everybody, I'm going to need an extra dose of patience before I see this man. She's talking to us. Well, nobody's really around her, but when they talk to themselves, they talking to us. I mean, and the typical bump into the doctor while you're so focused. Ted is on his phone and she has this man's folders all in her hands and she bumps into Ted and all of his papers splatter over the floor. Isn't that how Eva bumped into Tomas a while ago? I think that's what happened. He was like, "Ah," Ted says. She was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me." He was like, "Look, that was my bad," Ted said. He says, "Oh, I was busy checking labs." So he reaches around her, his old shirt halfway open and shit. I bet you he's smelling good. He was putting his watch and well, not his watch, damn it, his the folder and pen and shit on the counter, but he reached across her chest to do it. So she just looking at him and he's like, "Man, my bad. I was checking labs. I wasn't watching where I was going." She's like, "No, it's okay." So she's looking at him and she's frazzled, but probably taking in a whiff of that cologne, baby, and that button, the shirt being a couple of buttons down from that neck, showing a little bit of that chocolate skin. She said, "It's okay. It's just one of them days, honey. My car took forever to start. The line at Compass Coffee was crazy." Okay, so it's called Compass Coffee. All right, now we know the name of the Bird Cafe, but y'all know I always call it different. So until they say Compass Coffee again, I ain't calling it that. I'm calling it the Bird Cafe. And now Mercer, she says, is going to have her head. Uh-oh. So he was like, "Let me help you with that." "No, I got it." So they reached down together, baby, to touch the same sheet of paper. And they fingers like envelop around each other. They touch it. He got on a gold bracelet too. I see you, Ted. And it looks like to me that this is the moment that he finally realized that he's an attraction to her. I think that they had like a little bit of a, buddy, you bad. No, you badder. You be my Santa. But I think now that he's divorced, I can see clearly now that Nicole is gone. So he sees her. You could notice somebody, but you see her. And I think that's where it's getting gonna get a little interesting. I think Nicole would be okay with that. I could be wrong. Y'all know I'd be wrong as fuck. But I'd like to watch this show. Do y'all think that Nicole would be okay with him dating Shanice, even though she's not dating Carlton? Because, well, she's not ready. But we thought that Ted wasn't ready, but I think he made himself ready. What do y'all think? Do you think that Nicole would be like, "I'm okay with that"? Shanice is going to date him. Shit. She is. Watch. She might be like, "Girl, so what do you think about seeing Ted going out with other women?" She going to throw it out there. Watch. Well, we are back at the country club with Martin telling his grandpappy the things that he wants to focus on in his campaign: infrastructure, revitalization, creating real jobs for people. So he's just going all political. And Vernon was like, "Wait a minute, you're leading with this?" So Mark was like, "Wait the fuck a minute, you don't like it?" "From what I just heard, it sounds safe, sanitized, like something that was cooked up in a think tank, not in a particularly inspired think tank." So, but grandfather, these are no, he just said, "Look, these are some real bread and butter issues, granddad. Every politician since Moses has been promising bread and butter. And also, did you hear yourself? Economic revitalization, targeted infrastructure. If your ass don't get excited saying that shit, do you actually expect that any single voter will be too? You got to be excited, baby. You got to be act like Jesse Jackson. Martin, well, yeah, you got to sound excited. Sounding all politician like. It's pragmatic, granddad. Look. You need something that's galvanizing. That'll spread like gospel with the influencers and set social media on fire, just buzzing." Granddad, with all due respect, you still print out your emails and shit, me too. And what you know about social media? Martin asks Vernon. Vernon said, "I got you, nigga. Let me show you something." Oh, I wish I could throw this on here. I hope I'm going to try to throw a really quick snippet of this on here. Vernon, he got an Instagram, y'all. Man, if he really had a real Instagram, I'm going over there. uh 7 days ago, no, 3 days ago, a child, I don't have my glasses on. 3 days ago, he posted a video of him dancing. And the name of the page is called The Vernon Dupree. That motherfucker got 5,128 likes, and he just jamming, baby. He just jamming from the DMV, honey. He got the blue check and everything. So yes, and he got like over 4,000 comments. I wish he got get on down as far as what he was saying on his IG. I wish I mean I get a lot of that. I get about, that many views on my shorts. Go ahead, Vernon. I ain't mad at you, old pop. And so he said, stop looking at the video, boy. Scroll them fucking comments to see what everybody's talking about. Pop Dupree. I aspire to be this lit at his age, right? Shit, when we get up there dancing, you can't tell us shit. Like a lot of my y'all, I know y'all liked it when I was dancing on with the intro. I did dance on that song before. Y'all gotta look back at my shorts. And like a long time ago during COVID, I was a little bit thicker, and my boyfriend had never seen me dance before. And so he was like, I want to see you dance. So of course, although we did break a little bit of the curfews and still hooked up a little bit, but I felt like dancing. So I cut on, my thing and my camera and did danced on So in Love with You, So in Love with You, So in Love with You by Jill Scott and Anthony Hammond. I see you cross the room. I'll get out of space. Yeah, y'all need to look at that. You're so damn good to me in everything you do. I'm so in love with you. Yeah, I love that song. So, and he loves Jill Scott, and so I am in love with him. So I went on and did a dance, and I put it on my Facebook page, my old Facebook page before it got hacked. Child, that's a whole story. And that thing got like it went viral. It got so many fucking views. I was thinking, looking at my damn cellulite on my thighs and shit. But people got inspired, and at least two or three of my friends went on and did like a dance video. So yeah, they love to see when we be getting down, honey. Now just don't do it too much, because then you start doing the same shit. It start getting boring. Like, all right, grandmama, we see you. Just sit the fuck down. Okay. But yeah, they love to see when you're in your 50s and up, you dancing and stuff. They love it. And like one of my friends, I do a lot of shows with her. She's about in her how old is she? She's in her early to mid 60s, and she did a video dressed in all white. She went to all white party, and it went viral on TikTok. So they love it, honey. They don't, and they like to listen to us too. So yeah, if you can feel inspired and you need a push, honey, yeah, go ahead and put up a dance, and you'll see a lot of people who love on you. Matter of fact, I might put my mother auntie video up here on short so you can see what she was doing dancing one of the damn trends I did a couple years ago. All right, back to the show. As Martin continues to read the comments, he says, "Okay, here's another one. This senator understood the assignment, right? Yeah, he did. We knew. We always do." So Martin was like, "When did you do this?" He's, "Well, your grandmother does it with me too sometimes." Yeah, well, I normally leave this up to the social media manager at the foundation. But after the Articulates concert, I wanted to stay connected to all that love that we was receiving. You know what I'm saying? So now my ass can keep up with Chelsea Cat and make sure that your Aunt Danny don't take her ass to Vegas and marry some other nigga. Wow, Grandpa, you truly are a unicorn. Yeah, stay relevant. I bet you Martin don't have no presence on social media because he been busy around there killing people. And being mad at home. I bet you he don't have a social media page. Yeah, you got to be ready. This YouTube, social media, IG is very important. It's very, very important. Tech, all of that is very important. A lot of people don't like it, but it's very, very important if you want to stay relevant and stay connected. And relevant don't mean doing all this drama shit that I don't know if you listen to Funky Dineva and this whole Tamar thing. Whew, what a mess. Not like that. But, stay relevant, be fun, be cool, Ooh, that whole shit. Ugh. Mm. Well, back to this show. So he continues to tell his grandfather that he's definitely looks like a social media influencer in the making. He said, but the truth is, he says he don't think that the voters care about that, not in a real way. He said they too busy to trying to get their lights on, baby, and viral dances and doing that all that other shit on social media won't help them put food on the damn table. But you got to remember that generation is full of cultural amplifiers. See, he don't understand when it comes to social media, even if you don't have a table to put food on, them motherfuckers will be recording in their damn car. cut that video on and get put out of their house and be an influencer from their car. They call it nomads, or they just can't. They don't want to pay for no house and keep no lights on in no damn house. So he's very like Martin is very disconnected when it comes to social media. People will record in their damn cars and and have more people than I can even imagine on their social media radar, and they get deals and sponsorships and shit. Me, I got a little small, 3 bedroom, 1 bath. Yes, one bath starter home that I've lived in this house since '95. And I'm like, damn, yeah, I can't get a damn Tide sponsorship. Shit. And I washed with the shit. And Febreze, I bought it. Them niggas, they be in their car, baby. With that light on, they might buy some Christmas lights, plug that shit up in their damn the lighter. Yeah, they got a lighter in the cars, babies. If you're a smoker, they still do. And then that's their damn background. Shit. So yeah, come on to the light, Carol Ann, aka Martin. You are the one that's disconnected. People, yeah, they want to keep their lights on. I'm not dismissing that because I sure as hell do. But people are definitely also vlogging and shit from their car or van. And Vernon says, and them, they set the tone for what's relevant, okay? What's worth talking about. Call me old school, Martin said. Look, me and Smitty were raising teenagers before I was 30. Vernon says, kids raising kids. But regardless, all right, you and Smitty are doing a bang up job. Back at Orphe Jeans. I thought you were busy being all pissy about June. This is what Samantha is talking about June. She's asking that with Tyrell. I thought that he was mad about the whole Jessica moving, but he still ain't feeling June like that. Boy, get yourself together. So he's still like, maybe you thought wrong. And so Samantha was like, well, at least she trying. Can you try to stop being a fucking hater and at least meet her halfway, bro? Can you not be a control freak and stop acting like our family's therapist? They was having this conversation, I guess, while Smitty was taking a piss. So he finally comes back. He like, all right now, all right. That is enough, y'all. Enough. Look, I love y'all, but your pop and I did not raise y'all to tear each other down like this. So get it together. I know that things have been wrong lately and emotions are very, very high, all right? And that's partly on us, Smitty says. But no matter what happens, we are family. We are family like a giant tree shaded from the sky. We are family. We have so much more than just you and I. Yes. What movie is that from? I think I sang that a few weeks ago. And the picture is one of my posts. So you know exactly who it's from, what movie. Yeah, we love one that loves each other, Smitty keeps telling these children. We ain't gonna be talk to each other like we a piece of shit, all right? And we gonna talk to each other with love and respect. Do y'all understand me? Sorry, Dad. Yes, sir. Child, June walks past with 50 damn plates in her hand. She almost dropped one of them. So Samantha was getting up, and so Smitty was like, "Look, Samantha." She was like, "Look, Dad, I'm just going to help her. That's all. I'm just helping." June is definitely my family too, so she runs over there to help her pass out those plates because she been that way too long, honey. To still be dropping and being a circus act with no damn plates. So Samantha was like, "Let me help you." Oh, thank you, baby. Whew, I swear, Eric's got me feeling like I'm running track. You're doing great, Mom. Well, you're doing great, honey. Don't let the manager get in your head, okay? Now they still have okay, they got sliced ham. Let me see what else they got on. I'm looking at the menu over Samantha's head. Continues. She says, I'm trying. I'm just off my game today. This is June. June. The new game. If you ever hear me call the wrong character name, take a sip or whatever you got in front of you. But don't go out and drive, okay? Just stay home and sip. If I lose this job, I lose my hours, June said. And if I lose my hours, I lose my health coverage. Wait a minute, June, you're not sick, are you? That's what Samantha says. But remember, she did have a heart issue, fucking around with all them drugs and shit that and Dougie fixed her heart. So, June, don't you go nowhere, girl. People can assume, speculate, and clutch their fucking pearls all they want. We're back at the hole in the wall. This is Vanessa, honey, talking about she's sick and tired of people talking about her. They can clutch their pearls, honey. They can assume, they can speculate, they can watch, they can sit there, take their seats, do whatever the fuck they want. I'm tired of it. There is plenty more people in this fucking community have situations that are more salacious than mine. And frankly, who cares what the fuck they think anyway? Your children will, Joey says. They're still processing the loss of their father. I am too. Some nights I wake up and reach for him, and when my hands find empty sheets, it's like I've lost him all over again. But grief doesn't mean that I have to stop living, and that is true. You feel like you do. Yeah, if y'all don't know, I lost my mom a couple years ago. And you do grieve and you don't want to, you just want to let go. So that is very, very true. You do feel like you want to stop living, but you can't. Because I know my mom would be like, girl, if you don't get your behind up and do something, that don't help you. Get your butt up. Stop gaining all that weight. Go back on that stage, make people laugh, turn this microphone on, talk to your subscribers, talk to your rascals, go love on your man, go love on your kids, let people love on you. Get your ass up. I'm on the other side, honey. I'm better. I ain't sick no more. You know. But you missed them, you know. So I understand that. So she continues and says, what I had with you is the first time I've felt truly alive in a long time. It's true. Because when she was with Doug, like I said, I would forget most days that she was married to him. Oh, Vanessa, don't, no, don't. Please do not try to manage my feelings. Yes, the twins might struggle with seeing me with someone else who isn't their father, but I deserve to find some light in all this fucking darkness. You better say that, girl. You are my light. Wow, Joey. You know what else is hot? Hell. That's a lot of light down there. All that fire. Yeah. So, he says, so you're saying that you're ready for your children to know that we're involved? It's a little bit too soon, girl. Doug just died, what, in September? It's almost Christmas, girl. That's a little bit too soon, boo. Give it a year. Give it 6 months. It's just didn't he just die in September? It was before Halloween. So yeah, it's just girl. Involved, she says. You make it sound like some corporate merger. You know that's not what I meant, Nessa. Or maybe you did. And maybe that's what you meant and why you're so reluctant to make even the slightest public announcement of whatever this is, whatever we have. He's doing it to protect you. I don't think that she understands the danger that surrounds him. It's like his enemies, because he just because he's a powerful man, that don't mean that he don't have no enemies. The first thing his enemies, when they know that he's involved with a woman, oh, she's on the hit list too, and her kids. Her business, everything is up for the target. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think she's thinking about that. I think he's doing it to protect her. Look, bitch, I just spent all night proving to you over and over and over again how I feel about you. And I know you felt that shit too, he says. Well, I need for you to prove it again in a way that matters. How about you be my date to Winterfest? Wow. So, have the butterflies kicked in now that you started that banner car? We're back at the Bird Cafe, and that is with Eva. Excuse me if you hear all the clicking. I have like my necklaces on, so excuse me if that clicking bothers you. That's Eva asking Isaiah if he's a little nervous about starting. Remember, he said he ain't scared. Why in the world would you think that he has butterflies? Or are you too chill for nerves? You know what? I can't even lie. I'm real fucking hype. It's something about helping kids, map out my next move. Like being the one in the corner when life tells them they full of shit or that they nothing. And listen to you, sounding all noble and grown. Now I clean up nice now, but back in the day, phew, I was a menace, not in a good way. What changed? I mean, someone refused to give up on me, showed up when I didn't deserve it, and now I could be that person for somebody else and make sure they don't crash out like I almost did. As altruistic as he is fine, you make it so hard for a girl to keep her guard up. I've been putting some second thoughts in what our second date. When I tell you he talks so fast, I've been putting some thought in what our second date should be. Grab her hand. I hope that Haley walks in on them one day because she gonna be so bad. She wants him. She just want to just put him on a plate and just sop him up, honey. But he is not thinking about no married woman. He ain't thinking about you, girl. Second date, Eva says as she pulls her fingers away from him. I mean, that's pretty bold of you. Come on, he says. You know you feeling this just like I am, girl. Okay, okay, maybe I'm slightly interested and emphasis on slight. But these plans better be good. Not no fucking dinner and no movie, okay? Cause I can go on Hinge for that. He says, not for this. I'm thinking about blowing your fucking mind out and thinking about it for days. Type of plans. Damn, what you finna do? You finna blow her mind? What you finna do, boy? But I'm not just trying to press you. Oh, he says I'm trying to see you, Eva. Past the jokes, you know? Past whatever mask you feel like you got to wear to keep from getting hurt. Just don't waste my time or break my heart. I wouldn't dream of it, boo. Okay. Now he's smooth. SMOOV. He's real smooth. And he's sitting there twiddling and twirling fingers as we go to the next scene back to the hospital with Shanice staring into Ted's eyes as they touch fingers, picking up that same piece of paper off the floor. And she's, this whole situation is Mercer's fault. She's feeling a little nervous and frazzled. He's like literally the last doctor on fucking earth that still demands everything on damn paper. So he's still helping her pick up the papers off the floor, and they're down. They're in each other's space, honey. Ooh. Smartphones, she says, tablets, cloud storage. I could probably beam all this information directly to his brain if he just let me. But no, the dinosaur still needs paper. Yeah, he says, yeah, Mercer has been stuck in 1985 since 85. He said he once saw him try to fax a PDF. Ooh-wee. Stop lying, she says. He says, I'm not. Brother was dead serious too. He was standing there waiting for the damn confirmation page. God dog. Now I'm a paper girl, but I ain't bad. I'm very technologically savvy. Y'all should see how I got this microphone hooked up. Trying to give this carpal tunnel hand a break because I've been holding it so tensely. But yeah, I'm very tech savvy. I will buy plugs and shit. I will figure that shit out. And I like tech stuff. Not so deep to the point where I can code. But I like my paper though. I do like my paper, but at the same time, you gotta be, ahead of the game. So the elevator door opens, and so one nurse leaves, and so Shanice was about to get on right behind Ted, and so he stepped aside and he says, "Ladies first." She says, "Why, thank you." Mhm. So she says, "What floor?" He says, "6." Svensson needs a consult since Carlton is playing hooky today. And guess who is stuck as his understudy? You, Ted. I mean, not that I'm throwing any shade at Carlton. Yes, you are, boy. And Shanice was like, of course not. Then all of a sudden, we see the shell elevator blinking and shaking and damn, and she holding on to the pole, and he's just standing there like he ain't felt nothing. Anytime somebody gets stuck in that fucking elevator, their life never is the same. It never is the same. She said, "Oh no, not again," because it hasn't gotten stuck since what? Since the baby came, and that's been a long time ago. So she's pressing the button, and so when she says, "Oh no, not again," and she said, "Ted, why would you say that?" And he was like, "Say what? I was just standing here minding my business." She said, "You said the forbidden word. You can't say that shit in an elevator. It's tempting fate." So you think I'm jinxed us because I said the word stuck? She said, "See, there you go again. This elevator's cursed, okay?" She says, "It trapped Dr. Patel for 2 hours last month." Oh damn. Well, I guess has been happening way more than when the baby came. He says, "Okay, well, cool your jets. It's probably just some minor glitch." So he goes and plays with some of the buttons and stuff. Where's the phone, the emergency phone? Because there should be an emergency phone over there near where the buttons are. And it shakes again, and they moving this time. Both of them, they like, whoa, you know. You don't want to get stuck in no damn elevator. Have I been stuck in an elevator? No, my mom and I used to live in a high rise like years ago in DC, and that was on the 12th floor. Yeah, 12th floor. They tore those down. But yeah, that's the only thing about elevators, honey. Your ass could get stuck. Since you're so focused on bread and butter issues, we're back at the country club with Vernon and Martin talking about his campaign strategy. How about making the voters see that you do indeed use the same bread and butter? Is that your way of saying, Granddad, that I am too upper crust to relate to the people? Yeah. Hey, look around, nigga. You see where you are? Yeah. Yeah, you are upper crust. No, well, look, it wouldn't hurt. You could expose just a little bit of your private life and let the folks see you have the same struggles that they do. But they don't. He don't. I mean, maybe trust, and he adopted his kids, but how's that gonna work? And like the morning chaos of getting the kids ready for school, the argument over what's for dinner. Yeah, you could get Andre to shoot some clips. I don't know about that, Martin says. He said, after what happened with Chelsea, I'm worried about what they can be exposed to. That's true. That is very true because you got some crazy ass people out there. I mean, I tell y'all I love y'all, but y'all know it's very surface, right? Ain't none of y'all taking that. None of y'all be like, oh my God, she loves me. Oh, I need to go find her. No, but no, that ain't that type of love. Shit. It's just I care about your well being. If you disappear for a while, I notice when there are certain people who talk all the time and certain people who disappear. And like I haven't seen Ronnie. I think that she does watch. There was my sorority sister. I think one particular week, Miss Welder hadn't said anything for a while. I remember Sir James said he was gone for a couple weeks. So I do notice when you're not here. I might not say it because I be so locked into the damn show, but I do notice if I'm used to seeing you. Like I haven't seen what's that baby name? I haven't I see Gina Lloyd is very active on IG, but I don't know if she's here. I know she listens, but she used to talk a lot, but she's doing some great things on with her items that she creates on IG. If you never followed her, follow Gina Lloyd Nix Ticks memes. She makes a lot of memes from a lot of the Beyond the Gates characters. She has some really great stuff that she be creating. Shout out to you, Gina. So it's certain people that I remember talking like a few months ago. Then sometimes it gets a little crowded, and I do that. Like if I talk a lot, then all of a sudden all these other people just start coming and crowding. I'll step in the corner, let y'all have it, and I still will admire that person from afar. But just know that I noticed that you used to talk and then you don't talk as much anymore. I've been missing you. I definitely do miss you, but I do know that you support, and I always love you for that. When James left, he told us he was leaving because it was sports season. It was the beginning of the sports season. So now his team is sucking. James, I'm your little sis. I'm gonna tease you, James. But my team ain't doing the best either. So I mean, I think mine's doing pretty well. I like the Panthers, and depending on the Commanders, what they're doing. But yeah, he's back, so you might see these soliloquies of him talking, which I love. I'm always learning from him, and I'm saying, all of y'all. I mean, all of the Jasmines here. The teacher jazzes, the Jasmines, everybody, Raquel, all of y'all. I don't want to get to naming names. Please don't be mad if I don't call your name. But there's some people who really do talk because I have, become a part of your life. You definitely have become a part of mine. But I do notice that there are some new people who have popped their heads in, and I appreciate y'all. Keep talking, please, because I'm gonna do my front porch over the weekend, and I'm gonna read your comments. That's what I meant to say. I do read your comments, and I do respond to you. So I like to sit back and read them because I be giggling, and I like all the concepts and things that you guys talk about. So I know that my regular videos get more views than my front porch, but I do take the time and I respond and I read your comments. Okay, so just know that your words do matter over here. I haven't said it in a while because the comments are in the content into comments. So all right, so yeah, it's I talked about love. How did I get down that rabbit hole? Girl, get yourself together. So, Martin was like, I don't want to expose my kids to all that shit like what happened to Chelsea, because Chelsea's ass got snatched up. I ain't trying to do that. So Vernon was like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I get that. It may be better to keep them out of the limelight. Although Samantha would love that shit. She would love it. She would be probably an influencer. That'll probably take her influencer page up 50 million subscribers. So I know she would love it. Tyrell, he's still in love. He don't give a fuck. He said, but there are still other ways that you can humanize your campaign. So Mark was like, well, nothing that would put the children at risk. So I made Smitty a promise. No matter what, family comes first. That line sounded like it was so like a commercial, like an after school special. If you after school special, say me. If you know about the after school special, I'm just a bill. Hey, yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm living here on Capitol Hill. Nah, hey, that was my shit. Bill and verb. That's an adjective. Yes, all of that. That was Saturday. Was it after school specials? No, those are what those deep shows with after school specials. But the damn what is it? Uh, what is it? Saturday morning shit. Schoolhouse Rock. That's my shit. All of that shit. All of it. What was a conjunction junction? What's your function? Being in and out. I know the tunes, I don't know the words. But that used to be my shit. But that's exactly what he sounded like, an after school special PSA announcement. No matter what, family comes first. Oh, it's nothing to worry about, baby, June tells Samantha, because Samantha really looks worried about her mammy, about her health. So yeah, we're back at Orphe Jeans, if I failed to mention that. Yeah, we're back there. And so, and you know what, ever since that pneumonia took me down a spell and I had to get that bypass, my lungs just haven't been the same. Wow. Samantha's like, well, why didn't you get it checked out when you had your regular physicals before it got so bad? Girl, she wasn't nowhere to get no regular fucking physicals. She was on the streets. She just got insurance. Well, you don't have an address or a phone number, honey. The hospital can't exactly send you an appointment reminder. Thank you, June. Teach that child. So what do they do? Samantha says. June says, honey, pat your ass up and send you on your way. I mean, don't they have programs for people who need help? June was like, sure, but for every one person that they help, there's 10 more that slips through the cracks. When you are unhoused, baby, your priorities shift. Where am I going to sleep tonight? Where is my next meal coming from? Cough or chest pain cannot compete when not trying to freeze to death. But that's so wrong. Yeah, I know, child, I know. But most outreach is focused on immediate need. Long term health care, June says, there just aren't enough resources. Child, y'all better. I see what y'all doing. I see y'all throwing little nuggets in there. Y'all can't tell me that y'all did these recordings like last year or earlier this year. Y'all know that healthcare is about to be shut the fuck down. Y'all schools this damn script in there to make it relevant because we know the political season is coming, gonna be popping off next year, and they know a lot of people finna lose their healthcare or their healthcare is gonna be expensive beginning of next year. So go on and throw that shit in there now. Y'all being political. I see what y'all doing beyond the gates. I see it. I see it. I love it though, and I see it. I do. Winterfest is where the elite like to gather and peacock and pretend that their donations make them good people. We're back at the hole in the wall, and that is Joey talking about how the elite are at going to be at the Winterfest. So I almost said Essence Fest. I've gone there once. Yeah, I've gone to Essence Fest once, and I saw Janet Jackson there, and it was good. I had a good time. Nicki Minaj, Janet Jackson, New Edition. Yeah, it was really, really good. Precisely why having you there will be so refreshing, Vanessa said. All those artificial smiles and hollow conversations. I could really use someone real by my side. And you think that dragging May into that pit of judgment is what? Gonna end in a fairy tale? No. I'm just tired of I'm just thinking of tired of hiding the only honest thing in my life right now. Well, the whispers wouldn't be kind. Let them fucking whisper, Vanessa says. And truthfully, if I have to sit through another speech about legacy and benevolence, I think that I might set myself on fire. Think of it as a rescue mission. Now, hello, T-Tots is giving a good V in today's show. They're giving a really great V in today's show. So he thinks about it. He says, well, I'm going to save you from yourself. And he says the answer is no. Wow. A picnic at Georgetown Waterfront Park. We're back at the Bird Cafe, and that's what Eva is saying or asking this question to Isaiah. In December, boy, is you trying to give me pneumonia? Wait a minute. So have you ever watched the sunset over Potomac when it's just cold enough you can see your breath? It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's something real cold. That's why I'll be planning ahead, he says. Cashmere blankets, portable heaters, spiked hot chocolate. while we hold each other. Go ahead. Zzz, zzz. We see that Eva's phone is buzzing. She's like, she did a sad face. She said, hold on, it's my dad. Hey, what's up? He said, oh my God, thank God you picked up. Well, yes, I'm on hold. What part of emergency don't you understand? So that is Shanice talking on her phone. And so Eva can hear Shanice talking on her phone in the background while Ted is talking to her. Remember, she caught them kind of googly eyes at each other about a month ago. Is everything okay? She says. Ted was like, no, I'm in a bit of a situation here. Okay, I'm on it, Dad. Look, don't stress, all right? Keep me posted. Wait a minute, what's the deal? Your pops is just trapped in there? That for now, I mean, the elevator is stuck between floors, and he needs to me to reschedule the consultation he's missing. Well, he says that shouldn't take too long. You would think, except Dr. Svensson is always booked to the max. So, and if I don't deliver the message to him personally, I can't be sure that he'll get it, or that this consult will be rescheduled properly. So does that mean we got to cut this shit short? Oh, y'all keep when they finally do it, it's gonna be beautiful. We gonna be seeing like caramel skin wrapped around caramel skin. Yeah, it's always every time something like knocks it off or bumps back their plans, it's always getting better and better, honey. She was like, yeah, she didn't say yeah, but she looked like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go. So we're back in the elevator, and Shanice tells Tad she hung up her phone. She says maintenance says that they're on the way. He says, well, how wonderful, though I should be grateful that we're in a hospital. And if I have a panic attack, at least medical help is only a few feet away. She's like, honey, you ain't finna have no damn panic attack, Ted. Quit being extra. He was like, wait a minute. Says a woman who almost jumped out of her skin because I said the word, nope. Don't you fucking dare say it, she says. He's like, man, you really do think that I jinxed us? She's like, look, honey, some things you just don't tempt. Like black cats or splitting poles, saying fucking Candyman in the mirror, or saying certain words when you're in a precarious situation. That's common sense. He was like, damn, I had no idea you were this superstitious. Very superstitious. Hey, writing on the wall. Yes, sir. The great, honey. He's still great. Has anybody ever seen Stevie Wonder in person in concert? Who's seen Stevie in concert? I've seen him on TV, but I never went to any of his concerts. Let me know. You know we're a concert going family over here. So they started playing some sissy music, and she's like, "Look, I'm cautious. Okay, there is a difference." He was like, "Wow, there is a lot that I don't know about you, huh?" Although you do seem to know a lot about me. Yeah, honey, because you be having your business all out in these streets. Wait a minute, how you figure that? He said. Huh, does the name Leslie ring a bell? He says, fair enough, all right. Well, since we're clearly not going anywhere for a while, what else should I know about you and shit? While he talking, baby, he was taking off that jacket. She was looking at him like, I mean, okay. I didn't mean to go off on June like that. We're back at Orphe Jeans, and that's Tyrell saying that to Smitty. This whole Jessica UCLA situation just got me in my feelings. I told y'all he fussing at June because she's the only person that he can fuss at, and of course he's fussing at Samantha. It's because of Jessica. Jessica made that decision to go to UCLA. She didn't think about you, but you're upset about it. Stop it, boy. So Smitty was like, well, have you talked to her about it? We haven't been together that long. I just can't throw my heart on the table like that. Smitty was like, wait a minute. Didn't you just tell everybody, you told Shar, everybody, the whole Rascal family, that you thought you was falling in love with her? What's the tea? Well, I don't want to come off like a simp. I've been hearing that word a lot, a simp. What is a simp, y'all? I'm not gonna let ChatGPT tell me. But what is it? What is a simp? Is it like a simpleton, or is that a guy who comes off as being too quirky or too nice? What is that? I'm old, y'all. Just go ahead and tell me. And so Smitty was like, okay, all right. That right there does not sound like my son. This sensitive young man who got misty eyed when Dobie dies in Harry Potter. So he was like, look, that only happened once, Dad. You just don't get it. So he was going to drink, and so his drink his little Kool-Aid or whatever he had on the table. And Smitty was like, look, you'd be surprised. I do get it. More than you know. So he was like, well, I know I haven't dated many women, but I have known a lot of women throughout my life that I've learned a lot of things from. This is what Smitty tells him. And yes, they want a strong man. They do. But they also want honesty, vulnerability, and realness. And that is so true. And I like a little bit of not sensitive that you always crying more than me, but I like a man who really knows how to connect with a woman's heart, like and listen. Don't be giving commands and demands. Like listen and have a conversation. That's why I love my bear, my boo, my stir. And I'm sure that you can work that out. He tells Tyrell without sacrificing your pride or feeling like some type of simp. And what if I tell her how I feel and it pushes her away? Or Smitty says, or what if it brings you closer? He said, your pop and I didn't last this long because we were trying to be cool and shit. We tell each other the truth. Well, eventually. Even when that shit is scary. That is true. Tell it, baby, even if you don't like it. Your grassroots approach was refreshing the first time around. Well, but if this primary challenger is well funded, you may not be able to keep up with his advertising spend. Martin says that her ass been saying the same thing. But we are planning to do a lot of fundraisers after the holidays. So he mentions about Joey giving him that money. All of a sudden, this businessman, all of a sudden, is very interested in giving his donations and giving a contribution to his campaign. And who might that be? Vernon says. And of course, they give his full name, Joey Armstrong. Well, look, maybe we can compromise. We're back at the hole in the wall, and Vanessa is not taking no for an answer about this man not going with her to Winterfest. He was like, look, did that liquor go to your head already? Just listen, she says. Look, we arrive separately. You conduct whatever businesses you need to handle. I make my charitable donations. And then we happen to cross paths. No grand entrance, just two adults finding each other in a crowded room. He says that still does not solve the fundamental problem. You still being seen with me in public. Well, that still doesn't solve the fundamental problem, he says. You're still being seen in public with May. She slammed that damn glass on that old funky ass poker table. That was a bad edit. She drank, I guess she drank it and then they probably cut it and then that's when they told her to slam it on the table. So that was a really bad edit. Well, she drank it. She had a chance to swallow it, and then she slammed the glass on the table. I told your ass over and over again that I don't give a fuck about people's opinion. Yet you still refuse to claim me in public. What is it, Joey? Are you ashamed to be with me? We appreciate your flexibility. We back at the Bird Cafe. I mean, they got the Bird Cafe with the lights kind of dim. Normally be light and bright in there, but it's real like sissy. And then they got a little mistletoe right there in the midst of them. I mean, and thank you again. And so she hangs up the phone and tells Isaiah, and that is how it's done. And she does her hair flip. He says, I'm impressed. Well, one of the nurses, she owes me a favor. I had to track him down. No big deal. And you handled it all without even having to leave. Pretty smooth. And though I do appreciate how hot and bothered you looked when you thought I might have to. I mean, can you blame me? I mean, I wasn't ready to let some stuck elevator cut our day short. Matter of fact, what do you say we get out of here and have that next date right now? Back in my place. All right. I mean, John, we are in the elevator ward with Shanice and Tad. They are in the elevator getting to know each other better. They're sitting on the floor. So Shanice tells him, I am the oldest of five, two brothers, two sisters, raised middle class, parents still blissfully married. I go to church every Sunday. Amen, he says. She says, I've never been married, but I really do want to be someday. He says, so, church going, volunteering, almost ballerina, wants her own happily ever after. I mean, hey now, don't get it twisted painting me out to be some type of saint. I do still know how to turn my ass up at the club when the spirit moves me. You better turn up, girl. She's like, amen. He was like, well, now that is a skill set, he said. Wow, he says, and so what else should I know about you? She says, let's see. I'm not scared of everything. And we proved that, baby. When she was going toe to toe with Leslie, she ain't scared of nobody and nothing and no one, bitch. She said, except birds. He was like, what? What's so scary about birds? Well, girl, don't go to that bird cafe, honey, because you're going to be ducked. She's, oh my God, those feathery demons. Please don't get me started. It's a lot of two on two today, except for at, well, it is. It was a lot, well, at Orphe Jeans. It's a lot of two on two scenes today. It's Joey and Vanessa, Isaiah and Eva, Shanice and Ted, Smitty and Tyrell, June and Samantha, and Vernon and Martin. So that's a lot. A lot of the characters in one day. Everybody's there except for, and I can't name everybody else. But a lot of two on twos today. I'm not ashamed of you, Vanessa. Far from it. We're back at the hole in the wall, and that is what Joey tells Nessa. And that's, in fact, I think shame is a particularly useless emotion. That's exactly what drew me to you. Your complete unwillingness to apologize for who you are. Do you have any idea what's that like for someone like me? To see a person move through the world on their own terms? Consequences be damned? He says, I never had the luxury of respectability to begin with, Vanessa. Those doors were closed to me before I even knew where the fuck they were. Meanwhile, I've been a prisoner to those open doors my entire life. Being with someone like you, it's like finally understanding what freedom feels like. I think I told y'all that. I was singing, I want to be free. I think I told you that. She feels free. That girl is like just happy because she don't have to be apologetic. She don't have to, really prove nothing. Like I said, that's how I am. I mean, I still have a reputation because I know a lot of people. I ain't out gonna be out here wilding and stuff. But how I am with y'all, that's how I am in person. So I don't have to pretend to be one thing and be something different. Um, I mean, of course, I'm professional at work. I do that because again, I'm like that. But I'm funny, and I'll let shit slip every now and then. And they cuss too. But I'm in that space, like I said, when both of my parents not here. I ain't got to dance and do no fire for nobody. I ain't got to prove nothing. I ain't got to do none of that shit. And I'm free, definitely free. Oh, Joey tells Vanessa that they're not the same. He says that she has class. Oh no, everybody around there know about her kitty cat. Oh, he says she is class. She deserves to be in crystal ballrooms and charity galas. But me, she's like, "Mm-mm. You are the man that I want to be with," she tells him. That is just like, well, he's not ugly, but this gives you Beauty and Beast, because he's not allowed himself to come from out the darkness to enjoy the light. He pulled her into that darkness. You know what I'm saying? Although she says that he is her light, he hasn't allowed himself to be seen in the light. He likes the darkness. Or maybe that was something that he had to deal with. Or, he doesn't try to see that light. And I don't know if he'll ever even be accepted in that light because everybody feels like he's dangerous, which he is. Men like Joey Armstrong, I mean, like, yeah, they're like piranhas. Smell one drop of water in the blood and blood in the water, and before you know it, they're ripping chunks out of your flesh. I was just still reviewing and I saw my lightning storm. I haven't seen lightning storm in a while. Remember earlier in the video, I told y'all that if I haven't seen y'all, your presence is missed. I might not mention it, but yeah, I was like, yeah. So I just saw lightning storm. Welcome back, boo. I saw that you said it's been a while. I know you travel a lot, so thank you. I missed you. Welcome back, Lightning Storm. Okay, all right, back to the show, y'all. Y'all know I just be tripping and chilling. So Martin was like, "Well, that's exactly the reason why I didn't cash his damn check." I walked right my ass into that casino and I told him that the leverage that he fucking thought he had, it didn't extend to buying a congressman. You better read Martin. Like, when Martin be reading, I love his reads. When he be talking like that, I like when he do that. But when he be talking about legacy, I'm like, I just be like, la 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 la. I be covering up my ears. La 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 la. That took courage, Vernon says. I have made many mistakes in my time. Some I've rectified, and others I'd had to live with. Wow, he says, but bringing Joey into their orbit, his family's orbit, is a mistake that he'll have to carry to his damn grave. Damn. Mark was like, don't worry about that. You did everything you could in your power to protect me and to also secure our family's future. That's all you did, Grandpa. So they had their little, bit of end of the conversation, he tells him he has to go because he wants to catch a bite to eat with Smeety and the kids. So they gave each other a hug and hi Booty Martin skedaddle. I mean, damn, you came in hot. We're back at the Bird Cafe. That is Eva telling that to Isaiah because Isaiah said, "Let's go ahead and start date number two right now." Well, I'm hoping I didn't misread the situation. No, you ain't misreading nothing. Look, Isaiah, it's no secret that I'm into you, okay? But I got burned from my last situation ship, girl, because he wasn't yourn. And I need to leave with my head this time. Oh, I ain't trying to push you shorty into anything you ain't ready for. That's not what I'm saying. It's just I feel like this thing we have between us feels different. Like it could actually be something real. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't want to rush it. So you want to take the scenic route? Are you good with that? Hell yeah, he says. And I've got one beautiful view. Hitchcock was no joke. You know what? That one movie traumatized an entire generation. We're back in the elevator, and that is said talking to Shanice about Hitchcock movies. I used to be scared of him. What was it? Dum 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 dum. Although I'm young, but I like black and white shows. I like Blondie and Dagwood. I like what else was black and white back then? I like I've loved Lucy, bitch. Lucy, child. Let me find Lucy. I will sit here and I would not leave the house for 3 days to watch all of them damn episodes. When she had little Ricky, it was cool. You know, most people when they have babies, it kind of they jump the shark. But Lucy, bit child, Lucy was my girl. So Shanice was like, "Thank you, someone else out here who understands the psychological trauma that movie inflicted." I mean, I know it's not irrational, but something about seeing all of them congregated in those telephone poles, it's just a hard no for me. He was like, "Okay, what about parrots?" They must be talking about the birds. That's what they probably. Yeah, I couldn't stand that, and I still don't like to see a bunch of birds flying over my head. Have y'all ever seen The Birds? Is that an Alfred Hitchcock film? I feel like it is. Yeah, The Birds is crazy. If that's what she's talking about, then yeah, that damn movie creeped me the fuck out. So again, he was like, "What about parrots?" She was like, "Honey, birds should not be talking. Period." He says an owl. She was like, "Ew," with the little exorcist head turns. Hell no. They are demonic. Church girl, remember? He says, then of course there was the movie, The Crows. She said, "Oh, the worst." And they do hold grudges and they gossip. That is a bird beef you don't want. Trust. And he has a big smile. I haven't seen Ted smile like that in like since May 26th. That was the date that the I ain't gonna say the new Ted. The people keep saying that he was originally the original Ted, but he wasn't available. So the other Ted came in to take care of him for like in the 90 days because he was only on there from like what February to May. And that's when Keith came. He smiled. I mean, he smiles like that with Eva, but that's my first time ever really seeing him smile like in a adult situation, you know, vibe like that. So it's good to see him smile. So Martin arrives at Orphe Jeans. Hey Martin. Righty then. So now we can look at the menu that's behind Samantha's head. So we see the daily specials. We have a turkey and cheese for $12.99, baked ham for $11.99, spinach onion soup for $5, and potato au gratin for 5. Okay, okay. That's very fall like meals. All right. All right, we still got the coffee, tea, soda, and juice. Okay, all right. I'm gonna make sure I had this picture up there. Okay, I couldn't do it yesterday because every time I tried to go on Paramount Plus, it kept giving me an error message. I think Sir James had said that the other day that one night he was trying to watch it and it kept doing an error and spinning and cycling and doing that shit and buffering. I was like, I ain't sitting up here all night finding no damn pictures. I'll just do one picture of that damn Ashley sitting on her dinner table and I'll use that, but I'll have the pictures up there for today. Today is a date night, so we're gonna see when I'm gonna have these pictures up, but I'll have them on there. So Mark was like, I didn't know that Granddad was on social media, and so Samantha was like, I mean, yeah. So Tyrell was like, yeah, he floods my phone with memes and dance videos on the regular. Even Smitty knows. Smitty was like, "Oh, did he see you the one with the old lady doing the gritty?" And Martin is like, "Damn, all y'all know about this shit, and I don't know. Yeah, that's you need to get on social media, bro." He was like, "So am I the only one in this family who's not glued to the screen?" Tyrell was like, "You got to keep up with the time, especially if you're going to be running for re-election." So he was like, "All my friends online," and so Samantha was like, "Same, but if you really want to make an impact, I know what you should do." And what is that? He says. She says, "Open a free clinic." And Smitty was like, "Since when did you become a healthcare advocate?" Since June told me that about her struggles about not being able to see a regular doctor. Well, it's not just about her, but think about all the other unhoused people. And so Smitty was like, "Yeah, it is a serious problem for sure, for sure." So he was like, "Well, maybe I can earmark some funds for some community health donations." She was like, "No, Pop, not maybe. Do that shit." Ooh, she said a word. She said people need a real clinic where they can walk in and not worry about bills or insurance. She said a word. Whose show I saw this before? This is just a little update that America is the only country on earth that has the highest debt when it comes to health insurance. All other countries don't have any health debt at all because they take care of their citizens. My boyfriend did remind me. He said, "But baby, they do have high taxes, so it has to balance out. So don't just think that just because." And he's neither party. He's neither. But he just says, yeah, that's great about the health that all the other countries, don't either. They don't. Their debt is not as high as America, but they do have to pay high taxes. So y'all know what to do. Talk about it in the comments below. I'm not here to argue. I'm just here to inform and have fun. So Mark was like, "Girl, that's a great idea, but it's not that easy. It's complicated. They have to be a lot of financial resources, financial backing, political support." So Smitty was like, "Well, your pop doesn't want to make a promise that he can't deliver." Tyrell was like, "Well, what's the point of being in Congress if you can't actually do anything?" So he challenges Tyrell and Samantha to come up with an idea so they won't be, they can get around this red tape. And he's open for all suggestions, which I think is good. That'll keep them busy and then they won't be so mad. She won't be so upset and focused on her grounding. And he won't be so upset and focused on Jessica going to UCLA. So Tyrell was like, "Hell, that sounds like homework to me." And so Smitty was like, "Don't you got a history, AP history paper that you need to finish?" He was like, "So damn. Well, let's go, Richardson Smiths. Let's go." So Samantha asked if she could stay there and help June. So Smitty was like, "Sure, that's what you want to do, but your ass better not be contacting Nathan and sneaking out and doing some crazy shit, because June's gonna tell us. So just call them when she's ready to go." So she looks at Tyrell and Tyrell looking at her. She kind of gave a sneaky look, but I feel like she's sincere. I think that whole conversation that they had about Nathan talking about her in the gym. I mean, in the at the gym in the room with all the boys. I think that she didn't like that shit. So we're back at the hole in the wall, and we see Vanessa and Joey tonguing down again. She grabbing his hair and everything. So he pulled her away and he said, "Look, I've made my decision." She got mad. He's like, "Look, I feel the same way about you as you do about me. That's why I'm so protective." She said, "I don't need your fucking protection." He said, "Yeah, you do. You seem to have forgotten that we're actively involved in a money laundering operation. One thread pulled by the wrong person, and we're facing federal charges. That's prison time. And you want to waltz into that den of vultures and raise every red flag in the book? Is being seen with me at Winterfest really worth burning all that down, Vanessa?" "That is a crafty excuse conveniently wrapped up in a concern for my welfare." "Well, you think whatever you want, but you know what, I'm right." "Well, what I know is what I want, Joey. But when you figure out what you actually want, give me a call." I knew somebody was coming. "Senator." Vernon makes it over there. "What an unexpected pleasure." "Vanessa." Yeah, Vernon shows up. "It's a surprise seeing you here." "Oh, I was just discussing a new business venture with my partner here." "You know how passionate I am about diversifying my investments." "Good to see you." He said, "You too." So he leaves. So, I mean, she leaves and he's there to see. I thought he was going to probably talk on the phone with Sharon, but nah, he's there to see Joey. "You sure you got to bounce?" "I really have to go." We're back at the Bird Cafe, and that's Isaiah asking Eva, "You gotta go, girl?" She was like, "Yes." Dad is still stuck in that elevator, and someone's gotta hold down the office until he gets out. I guess that means we gotta pen and brainstorming ideas for the date number two, then, huh? Ooh, she says some things taste sweeter when you have to wait for them. And I promise you that I will be more than worth the wait. He says, don't out know. And then she grabs his face and kisses him. It'll be good to see Ted and Shanice kiss. Wouldn't that be nice? Now we're back in the elevator and they closer. It's like Ted done moved closer to Shanice because I don't remember him being that close to her in the last scene. So he tells her that he's been in that hospital what seems like forever. And this is the most honest conversation we've had because he was married. He was so focused on his wife and his family and his business. He didn't have time to talk and say hi or bye to Shanice. Barely say that. He said maybe we should get stuck. She said, "No, have you lost your mind?" Because she put her hands over his mouth. Girl, do not speak that word ever again, Shanice says. He's like, well, I mean, I was just thinking maybe a second occurrence would possibly cancel out the bad karma from the first. A double negative equals a positive, right? He said. So the elevator door opens and he says, ah, see, the elevator agrees. So he helps her stand up and she said, well, it's been real, but I think I'll be taking the stairs from now on. And at least until this elevator gets its life together. And he says, well, maybe I will too. As she walks away, Shanice is kind of thick, honey. You seen them hips? When she dresses like street clothes, that girl got body. And so he looking at her walk away. I have to take these plates. Can you watch the front for a minute? Samantha, don't be using her. So we're back at Orphe Jeans, and that's June. I like the little head wrap on June's head today. It looks cute. So Samantha says, sure. So she picks up the phone. Hey, it's Samantha. I really need to see you. If you get this message, can you meet me at Orphe Jeans? For some reason, I feel like that might be either like Kat or somebody in the family. I don't think that that's Nathan's ass unless she brought him over there to cuss him out. So we see Vanessa is at the country club bar. And so we see Diego shows up and he says, Miss McBride, I did not expect to see you here alone. She can't stand the sight of him now. I remember she used to light up when she saw his ass. So she's sipping her martini with her little olive. She's like, Diego. He's like, wow, you seem like you lost your best friend. She says, worse. My date to Winterfest. Joey's on the fence about attending with me. He thinks it will cause a scandal. He was like, well, a pretty lady like you shouldn't have no trouble finding someone else. And guess who that someone else would probably be? Oh, well, what about you? You're handsome, presentable, know how to work a room. He says, I'm going to have to decline. She's like, well, then thanks for nothing. Well, we're back at the hole in the wall, and Vernon has finally sat down at the table or the poker table with Joey. And he was like, I don't know who's more protective of Vanessa, you or Danny. Both of my daughters care a great deal about her, both as do Anita and I. Noted. For some reason, I don't think you came all the way over here just to police my interactions with your daughter's gal pal. You know exactly why the fuck I'm here, Armstrong. You found out about my contribution to Martin's campaign. Well, you can relax. He already gave the check back. I'm well aware, and I do understand your impulse. It's always good to have an influential family beholden to you, isn't it? That relationship cuts both ways, Joey says. But you know that. I've always respected you, despite the vastly different ways in which we conduct ourselves. However, I kindly ask that you steer clear of my grandson's campaign. His path should be his own, untainted by complications. One thing about Clifton Davis, he always has these profound words and he's always going to pause right before he says that one word. Now that I do him a lot, he always had, you never cut Clifton off or Vernon off. You will never cut him off. He is always going to complete his thought. He always says, complications or you need to worry about what's going to be next. It's like he's always going to have that little pause. All of his lines are just like that. All of them. Joy was like, you mean any more complications? Consider it done. Good, Vernon says. In that case, so are we. Just one more thing, Senator. let's not kid each other. The manner in which we conduct ourselves really isn't so dissimilar. So if you're going to get looked down on me, maybe don't look in the mirror when you do it. Poor Joey. Clifton does his pimp out that office or out the hole in the wall, and so Joey was like, "Damn, what a day!" I was about to say like, "Damn, you had a day, haven't you, Joey?" And that is the end of episode number 182. I will make a quick confession. When I first started this particular episode recording, I had just woken up from a nap, so I might be bumbling over my words because I had the day off. So I took the day off because I wasn't quite myself, and I had some stuff I had to take care of. So I'm good though. I'm good. I had to go to see my eye doctor. I just wanted just to just y'all know how it is. So even though we were off last week, I just wanted just to just stop. And I took a good nap. So when I first woke up, it was like 10 till before the show came on. And so I'm fumbling over my words because I just woke up. Just woke up. But now I'm awake, wide awake. I'm gonna go ahead and get this uploaded and get it edited. I need to go and run some errands again, so I will get this uploaded as quickly as possible with pictures this time, Jasmine. Or look, if Paramount Plus don't give me no bullshit, they give me some bullshit. It's gonna be one picture, honey. But if they don't, I'll pop one here and there, in and out. Not all the way through it. If I see something, that means like I said, I have to listen to this again, and I'll pop certain pictures up that makes sense. Okay. All right. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.